Okay, good afternoon, gents. Hope all is well. Hey, Jay, how you doing, pal? Let's have a little look. I'm just looking at this. We've got a leg down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. I'm wondering if this is going to come down for a second leg. Good afternoon, Woods. How you doing? Jay, how you doing, pal? I see Lance got 3.5 points. I did. I went away, made a cup of tea, and came back. Just so I thought I'd sit here and watch, and I saw a... In fact, I did something I shouldn't have done, actually. On one of my accounts, I traded 2 contracts, and on the one account, I traded 1. And I took that one there. We had that leg down, and we had a couple of legs up. That reminded me of a penguin trade, leg down, 1 attempt. And then we had a breakout above this. As it came down, I put my order. We had that little bullish bar there sitting there. So I put my order 1 tick below there, and it dropped like a flipping stone. It dropped really quick. So I put my stop below there, and I just wanted to try and get 5 points. I thought, we got a leg down, 2 legs up. We got to get another leg. We didn't get a full leg, so I put it there, and it dropped really quickly. I had my thing set at 3 points, so I managed to drag it down, and I got about 7 points or just over. It was 7 points. So I put it here, and I got down to, where was 7 points? Here. I put my stop here initially, and then here, and it pushed down, and it came up and went 1 leg, 2 leg, and then came down, but I got 8 for it. Was just above a bit of there. I just wanted to try and sit in a trade because that's what I've been meaning to do. So when it dropped like that, I thought we're coming down for another leg. How can I get rid of that? Coming down for another leg. But it looked like a leg down, 2 legs of correction. It came down, went back up, and then that bar pushed strongly through the EMA. So I thought, well, I thought initially we were going to have a breakout at the bottom. But it does look like a leg down, 2 legs up, and another leg down. But I got out 7 points. I was very tempted to hold. I thought I had I think the measured move was quite a bit further than that. I was tempted to get out of the measured move. Yeah, so I got out here. There was the measured move was here. I could have got a few more points, but I was just so glad to get a decent win. But I probably shouldn't have done. I did swap over to... that's so tempting to go short there, but it's congested. 1 leg up. Second attempt higher. I think that's an okay trade. But the market is due to open in a few minutes, and it is a bit congested, but it's tempting. But I'm going to leave it. That's trading a breakout again. Happy for it. Yeah. The reason I did it is because it was such a small bar. And I put my stop there. When it broke down there, I thought I'll put my stop there. It was only a really small bar. What was it? I put 1 tick below there. But yeah, it was like 1.25. But when that just dropped, I got all excited. So I put me, what's it, break even +1, and just sat there. When we had that push down, I put it to here, and I thought I've guaranteed myself a point anyway. And then it went there. When it started to come down here, I brought my stop down, and I put it there, and we came down, and we came up a bit. So I gave it 1 tick, and I gave it an extra tick above where I would. And it nearly took me out for 1. As it started coming down there, I thought triple bottom, I'm getting out. But I was just so pleased to get that, in all fairness. Penguin will just take it as it goes through the EMA. Yeah. So, well, he'd have taken it about here. He'd have got out before the bottoms. In fact, I think he did take it, didn't he? Did I have a look? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he took it, but it looks like a leg down. 1 attempt to go higher, second attempt. We came through the MA, came back, and when that dropped through there, I thought we're coming out the bottom. That's why I took that. But I was so flipping pleased. I packed it in there and walked straight away. Okay, so that did work. It certainly worked for 2 points. I kind of like that. We got a leg down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. Not only that, we're retesting the underside of this, which I'm assuming you're thinking is exactly the same. Yeah, which you're thinking of overnight highs. But we came up, tested it once, came up, pushed up, triggered above there, pushed down there. The reason I left it is, one, the market's due to open in a minute. And it is a little bit congested, but we don't bet on supporting. But we don't bet on support. It's not holding. You are hoping support breaks risky. You on about here or the one earlier on? Small. Oh yeah, the other one. Yeah, it was a small risk. I thought if that happens, I'm finishing for the day. And as it dropped really quickly, I thought it's coming down. So I nearly held on, but I got out when I did, so I was quite pleased. But I've just had a good think, and I started off being really. I've been taking like 2-3 trades a day instead of just focusing on one. So I had a bit of a. It is amazing that when you learn to trade, you've constantly got to keep on top of yourself, haven't you? You can't sort of relax for a minute. You've got to keep that standard. So I thought, yeah, one leg up. I'll be surprised if Penguin don't take that. He won't be there. But I think that was a nice Penguin trade. One leg up, second leg up, retesting this, and you got 2 bars. Look at that. That's frustrating, isn't it? I do this, I see these trades, stay out of them. But in all fairness, it was a little bit congested there. But there you go. Clay, how you doing, bud? Okay, market has officially just opened. So that would have worked. I'd have been out by the bottoms. I'd have taken 2 points on that. Did it get out 2 points from the bottom? Yeah, close enough. Yes, it did. So I'm just wondering whether we're going to get a second leg now. So there's one leg, second leg possibly. But I was just glad to get back up. But I've just sort of sat down quietly and thought I've got to keep. It's very easy to drop your standards, isn't it? The last sort of 3 days, it wasn't too bad yesterday, but I think what frustrated me. Now normally I traded that, and I don't pick tops as a rule. I don't know how many times. Luckily, I only traded that on the one account, but I shouldn't be taking those. I don't pick tops. I don't understand how people can effectively pick tops, because you can think, look how it's holding there. Leg down, one leg up, second leg up. Look how it's holding. But Penguin waits for him to push through the EMA. That one didn't, whereas that one pushed straight through the EMA, and I'm assuming he probably got it on a limit order, didn't he? But there you go. So... But yeah, I just need to. Yesterday trades were not that good. No, I need to keep my focus, my discipline. Markets have been a bit frustrated lately. So we get a low high. Markets have sort of been quite frustrating lately, and it's very easy to let that discipline go, isn't it? But I'm just trying to keep it real now and just focus. Speedy, how you doing, bud? Laufey, how you doing? We should be more patient. Yeah, my patience has been good lately, but trouble is you get into one trade. I think it frustrates me because I left a couple of sitters. The one, not so much. It was that one I liked, but that I think was the one. It was a perfect 2-legged move. Mac had that one set. But at the time, I wasn't sure if we had a break and a new high, so should I be going, you know what I mean? But sometimes you've just got to take them, haven't you? Well, the trouble is with scalping, you don't always get a lot of time to think. And sometimes, you know, I've tended to be a bit overcautious, and I'm being overcautious when I don't need to be. And you know what I mean? So it's a bit frustrating, really. But I just got a bit frustrated and got a bit easy. I should have stayed well away from that pick in the top. But you have really got to just really keep that discipline there, haven't you? It's very easy to let it slip. Let's put that one, say, there. It's very easy to let it slip. Okay, I was looking for a lower height there, but we didn't get one. I actually like that one. The more I look at these things, that's the trouble with scalping. You don't have a lot of time, but it looked like one leg up, second leg up. But I like the way it triggered that bullish bar. But it is a bit congested, isn't it? You know, sometimes the more I sit and look at these, the more I sort of work out, okay, yeah, it is a bit congested, but two smaller legs up and a leg down, another leg up. So although it sort of looks congested, it's actually, you can understand what's going on. It's not randomly going up and down. There's two legs up there. We touched the top of the line. Second attempt, we didn't. So I actually think that was an okay trade. But there you go. But I just need to keep my focus. I just need to focus on just one trade a day. That's all you need. One trade a day, 2 points. I've just set my thing now to a 2-8 tick, straightforward 2 points. I'm just going to keep it like that. I just keep forgetting that all I'm, I think the trouble is you see a lot of other people getting lots of trades, and you hear people getting 2, 3 and 4 trades, and I'm thinking, am I not being risky enough? You know what I mean? But I think I just need to, at the end of the day, if you can do one trade a day, 2 points, $100, that's $2,000 a month. That's like about, what's that, 70, 75, 80% profit? Trading with 2,500. It's a huge amount of percentage-wise. Okay, so let's see where. So I just need to keep my focus. Patient. Okay, hey Brick, how you doing, buddy? I was going to tell you guys something now. I can't for the life of me remember what it is. What was it? It's gone. I can't think. It will come to me. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I have started taking the odd picking tops and bottoms because other people seem to take them and seem to have success with them, but so I can't work out sometimes why one won't work and why another one won't. Okay, so we got a leg down and we got a touch here. That looks like I like the way it's fitting. So I'm assuming there's a bit of an overshoot there. So as we know, overshoots sometimes will go like that. Sometimes they'll push up, make a new low, and then go like that. So all they tell me really is be careful going short when we've had an overshoot, obviously in these circumstances. Okay, so we've had an overshoot. Now is this going to make an attempt to go lower and then push up? I don't know. It's not for me. Jonathan, anyone having issues with delay orders on Rhythmic? We did yesterday, but a few of us did yesterday. And I noticed a couple of people mentioned, about when they go orange, a couple of people mentioned it. I believe it's Rhythmic. I've had it in the past before. I haven't had it lately, but the last couple of days, and I noticed when I had it, other traders had it. So obviously it's something that's affecting, it's just not a one-off. Jay, you did this morning, yeah. All I'll say is if anybody is having issues with that, if you're going to take a short here, open up your trade up here.
Order submitted.
So it's out the way. I tend to just sort of move it a bit just to check. At least then if it's up here, you've got, plenty of space to get
Order
out of it.
cancelled.
A lot of people sometimes bring them close, but I tend to keep them out the way, so... Yeah, I don't know why. Apparently it's something to do with rhythmics, I'm told. But it is a bit frustrating, isn't it? There's nothing worse than, somebody, was it? I'll tell you who it was. It was on the Facebook group. I think it was Tyler. He said he missed out. His trade didn't trigger. He missed out on $300. So it's frustrating. You don't want that to happen often. But I wish, I hope that maybe Apex may look into it. So there is a possibility of a bigger trade there. We touched here, touched here, touched here. So there is a possibility of a leg down and another leg down. So we're actually touching that now. First leg, second leg. It's actually broken that. And we got yesterday's lows here as well, so that could be an area where we bounce. Actually, we drop straight onto it. Also have it like that. You do, yeah. Touch once, touch twice. We're clearly coming down. Whether you think about this or not, we've got a few touches here. I tend to always start with this. I tend to always think until we're either going up or coming down, I tend to start off with a range. So we've had a break out the top of it, so this could just be a break out the bottom of it, but it'd be nice to get up, retest this, and then get two legs up to retest the bottom and the EMA at the same time. But it is very rangy lately, and that was yesterday's low, so there is a possibility it could bounce, but we got one leg, two legs, one leg, two leg, one leg, two legs. It's hard to say what's going to happen here. I've locked it, so you just don't know. I mean, what we've been doing lately, I'd say, you may call that as a bottom where it's more likely going to bounce, but it's bounced at yesterday's low, so it'd have to be a good entry, a second entry short, or maybe a lower high. I don't know. Let's have a look. Is it going to hold here? Okay, so far so good. I'm looking for it to sort of struggle to get up here. It's only slightly out that, so you can micro adjust that, and it doesn't really make any difference in all fairness. You could put that to there. Yeah, it doesn't really make no difference there. So there's a first entry. We need a second one really, retesting these bottoms. I have noticed that a lot lately. Sometimes they go up here and they just look at that. Especially for a first entry, but I suppose it's because of this underside. People are just dropping orders in here. Yes, that's a fair old size bar, that, isn't it? What was that, 21 ticks? It's a fair chunky bar, that. It's not often you get a bar like that, really. But obviously, as it's come up here, there's obviously been sell orders, I suppose. One, you got the channel, and two, you got the underside of this. But this, you got to be pretty confident to know what you're doing there, haven't you? It's a fair old drop, that is. Especially after we're pushing up here, but it's obviously holding. I've got to say, a lot of times when we get these breaks now, or these legs, you don't always get two legs up. So many times you get one leg up and it just starts to turn quickly. So I do, wonder at, well, I mean, you can't really take first entries. They just don't work. Not in this strategy anyway. If it's someone else's strategy, then maybe it'll allow you to do that, but I like the way we've broken below yesterday's low. So, yeah, there is sort of, yeah. That's something that could, there's something there anyway. Close to here. But we've just haven't had any real problem. That's a big bar, that, isn't it? What did I say it was? 21 ticks. Yeah, 5 1/4 points. Straight down. It takes quite a bit of selling to do that, doesn't it? Okay, so I like the way this is working in it. Let's get rid of that. I like the way it's working. It's a shame you can't change the colours of these tiers. I have one tier, one colour and another. But look at how it's working there really nicely. So if we can get 2 legs here, I still haven't got an issue with going lower, but there is a triple bottom there, so that's got to make you a bit. The last bit there isn't. Here there isn't. There isn't. Put something there. Yeah, so there is a possibility we could get a break here. But we've got a triple bottom. Nice to get 2 proper legs. Yeah, I've expected a break there. Yeah, we've hit triple bottom there. You know something? There is a possibility that you could class that as a break. It's a little break, but I've been stopped out with a trade before, and I said I don't know why it happened, and someone pointed out it was a break, although it was very small. So it's hard to say, really. So I don't really want to. Well, what do you know? Trouble is, at some points you can't just keep pulling it out, really. I'm just wondering whether we're going to break that lows. I don't think there's any type of a spike and channel. Not really. Is the bottom any better? So there's a possibility there's a bit of a spike and then a channel, but I liked it before as it worked nicer in this top tier. It's working, but it's pushing through. And I don't want, this looks like it's bottoming to me. We've had 5 touches in that, so I'd say for sure we're having, let's put that back. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I'm happy to say that's maybe not a break, but that it is really. Let's see if this triggers. It has triggered. I think there's going to get stopped out there. Having said it's really bearish, but I think that's a dangerous place to take a trade. If I took that, guaranteed I'd get shafted. If I do nothing, it'll come down another 20 points. But no, it looks like it's bottoming to me. That we've had 3 touches there, pushed up, and another couple of touches. Wow, bloody hell. I'd say for sure then there were some stops there. After them 3 and those 2, there'd have been some orders there. And obviously when we dropped below there, we had a quick drop. Yeah, so that was taking out a few stops. So that looks like a break to me. I know it's a small one, but it doesn't need to be a massive one. And we've made a new low here, clearly. So are we going to bounce? Let's see what happens. There is the possibility we've already had a small break. And I think we could end up maybe doing something a little bit less steep. Let's just open the top a bit. Did that measured move work? Did it? Yeah. Yeah, so we've had 2 legs. Trouble is, you can't keep really dragging this wider and what you can to a degree, but it's going to start missing all these, so it's just down a different angle. So I think it's getting a bit dangerous to sell here until I think we've convinced we're doing something else. There's a possibility. Not sure. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's yesterday's low. I don't think we need it now. Okay, so possible second entry short. I can't go short here, in all fairness. I think it's too dangerous. I mean, I'm happy to include that. It's negligible, that, but that's clearly a break and 2 pushes down to a new low. So we've got a leg up and a leg up. You know, there is a possibility we could go sideways. Depends how bearish it is. So that's a possibility. Chad, how you doing? Haven't really had a close close. Sorry, the mic's in the way. Above the EMA, shit above, push below again, yeah. Yeah, so we've got, it does look like a bottoming pattern there. We've had a break and clearly a new low. So if we can get above this area here, I mean, there's 3 touches there. It's clearly a bit of resistance there. If we can get above that, we could come back and test this, and that might end up, well, excuse me just a second. Okay, I still like that. Reason being, we've had 3 touches there, and we've pushed up, and we've bounced there. So I'm keeping that there just for the time being. Just looking at my daily, we're still going sideways. It could do anything really. But what I will say is on the daily, we've pushed up. We've had that big bearish bar there, which is triggered. As we've come down there, we've just triggered it. So we may have even had the break there, and then we've triggered it. So it'll be interesting to see. Now, what I will say is, let me make this a bit bigger. We've had a downtrend with an overshoot on the daily. So we've had this. That downtrend and an overshoot, and it's pushed up. It's trapped some shorts and it's pushed up again, and it's gone sideways. So obviously there's a possibility we could go up again. As we know, it can often result in in a reversal. There's a big bearish bar there. That's a fair old size bearish bar. It's about 20 points that, and it's triggered. So I think there's a possibility we could push up and stop that out. So that's just a theory. So it'd be interesting. We'd have to get up to 4,600, which is a fair old distance from where we are now. Right up here. So it would be just above yesterday's high. So it does look like we've had a sort of a leg in a leg, but no, it's a fair old. So it'd be nice to get a couple of legs down here. Let me just check. So we're close to that 50% line. I don't often use these, but as we're pushing up there, just out of curiosity, I'm starting to just, you know, when we have these breaks, just out of curiosity, see where they break. Because if I find there's starting to be a pattern, then it might be a useful tool. Don't know if any of you guys use the fib tool, do you? But that's their 50% pullback. So, I mean, we've got a channel down. We could have a push up here and then come back and have another leg up, in which case I then expect it to go down. There is a bit of resistance there as well. You can see it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 or 11 times along there. So okay, so it bounced once off that bit of resistance. You can see it along there. It's more prominent back there. So once, twice we've hit that. So obviously is a, you know, we have been very rangy, so I mean it could push right up here, couldn't it really? Couple of legs back here, push it, drop, could do. Weird, isn't it? I put that there because you can clearly see there's resistance a lot there, and what happens? We bounce off it 3 times. So it just goes to show, doesn't it, that, you know, these sort of areas really do, you know, I mean, the chance of hitting it once is, you know, that line I put there, chance of hitting it twice is a bit slimmer, chance of hitting it 3 times without it being an area of interest, but you can clearly see it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times. So it's definitely a point of interest. So it's certainly worth putting these on, I think, if there is somewhere that you know, it does tend to hit a lot. $38.2, you do. Lower fib retracement, yeah. I mean, it's not something Mac uses, but there's no harm in it, I don't think, is there? It just, you know, you can clearly see there. I mean, straight away there, you can clearly see, can't you? Same again there and here 3 times. You can't hit exact point. I mean, I put that line up there because it looked like there was some resistance when it hit there and came back. And then it hit the exact same place. So it's not luck. It's obviously clearly an important part. It's just below that 50% retracement right from the top to the bottom. Slice straight through the EMA. I'd like to have one more go because that to me would be a perfect penguin setup. So we got a clear trend down, one attempt to go higher. So maybe bounce off this and have another attempt to get up here somewhere, and then if not, something push strongly through the EMA. I'd be interested in shorting that. Excuse me. But it's very close to a 50% retracement there. It's literally a few ticks. I mean, depending on whether you draw it, I don't know, do they draw it from the bodies? Well, I don't know. That body is slightly bigger than there, so that may take it up a tick. But it's negligible, isn't it? So we're going from there to there. I mean, it's literally 3 ticks, isn't it? No. A couple of ticks, really. 2 ticks off. Well, would you believe it? I'd like to have another go. Be nice to retest this. At least look like it don't come straight down. It's not. That's not fair. Don't do that to us. Come on, get up, you bugger. Up to about here somewhere. Have another go and then drop quickly. Come on, get up. Come on, push up. Come on, you bugger. No, 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 push up. excuse me, as long as it doesn't come below here, you can still count that as another leg. So if you can get on the push out, even if you can get up here somewhere and then drop below the EMA, then for me, we're coming down then for another leg. So leg down, I'd expect that to come down to here, which in the grand scheme of things might mean the bottom of the range. Well, do you know what? What I will say, there is still a lot of room to come down. Yes, we've had an overshoot here, but we've had 2 strong legs up. So I think it's fair it could come down and retest this, or certainly have, but it's, you know, we've had that one big bearish bar, haven't we? It's gone up and gone a bit sideways. It's a big ass bar, that, isn't it? What is it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's the best part of 43 points. 40 points, something like that. And it has triggered, and then it's pushed back about halfway. Excuse me a second. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just on that call. It was just me internet people, B Fiber, just checking everything was working. I had 2 outage. It went down the other day, and it was off for about 18 hours, and it went down a couple of days after. Fortunately, it went into Thursday and Friday. Was it Thursday, Friday? Which was Thanksgiving. So fortunately, but it was just a courtesy call. So yeah, I did. Yeah, I am here. I was just looking at this because leg down, 1 attempt to go, 2nd attempt. I'm hoping for a little push up, something nice and bearish, and then a quick push down through the EMA. I'm not going to take that first one. I love the way it's retested that, so I'd like it to push a bit higher, then drop below the EMA. In which case, I like that. Try to go once, try to go twice. Failure. I'll do that on a limit order, I think. I don't want it to miss, because if it does come down, I expect it to have another leg. I want it to have another go at this first.
Order submitted.
Oh, it's a big ass bar, that is. Oh. If that finished bearish, I'd have taken that one. Trend down. 1 attempt to go higher. 2nd attempt to go higher. Failure. I love the way it dropped quickly. But I don't like the way it came back. So I'm just going to sit on this one. I don't think it's a bad trade, actually. I think it's probably going to work. Oh, dear me. I think that's coming down for sure.
Order cancelled.
Second entry short will be even better. One attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, second entry short, lower high, or even failure. That would be perfect. Oh, that's so tempting. Trouble is. Pretty much know what's going to happen. I just want one more little pullback, a failure. As much as I'm pretty convinced that's coming down, and I think that's coming straight down to the bottom and to break the lows, I just can't get involved at the moment because that was the lower high, but it came down beautifully. If that had finished there, I'd have taken that, but then it retraced 3/4 of it, so I just can't do it. Although I'm pretty sure I know where it's going. It is frustrating where you know where it's going. I'm just hoping we get another little pullback. So I can see us having a leg and a leg there, and then a big leg. Come back a little bit, come on. Hey, Sam, how you doing, bud? Come on, get up a bit.
Order submitted.
I'm all right, bud. All good. Okay. It's just what I wanted. You went long, did you? Like the floor, yeah.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, there just wasn't an entry there. Second entry short. Right, yeah. Yeah, it was just nothing for me because we had bar. Back down, one attempt to go higher. It could certainly be another range day, yeah. Yeah, I think you may be right there, bud. If we can drop here quickly, it might be okay because we got a leg down. One attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, failure. So a drop, lower high, below the EMA. Hopefully, I want a quick drop. Let's have a look. Because we know what's happened here before, so we got a leg down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. See what happened there. See, we had that big strong drop. I'm thinking we're going to have the same. I'd like to just get up here again. There is a short there, but it's in the middle of nowhere really. It's not at the top, so it's just risky. As you know, I tend to not pick him anyway, but if you did take that, I think you're just going to get out of the game. I want it to hit here. It's hit there 3 times, so it'd be nice. In fact, if it stops out shorts there, we might get a quick drop. Let's see what happens now. Two perfect legs. Leg. Now let's see what happens. Are we going to strong drop? That resistance is asking to be broken. See, we've come up there and hit that, haven't we? Perfectly. One leg up, second leg up. If it does continue up, then I'd say, yeah, we're definitely ranging, isn't it? Yeah, let's have a little side bet. What? Say $300 million that it does break that. I can see there being some shorts selling there. I can. Leg up. Oh, I fancy this for coming down, and pretty quickly I do. I'm not taking a short. My luck when it comes to them. But we've hit it once, twice. This is looking like the third time it's struggling to break this. Where do we say the overnight overnight highs? Where do we say around here somewhere? Okay, 3 times now it's not managed to close above there. We may now. Oh, bummer. I owe you $300 million, mate. Okay, so far we're still okay. We got this big channel down. One attempt to go high, second attempt to go high. If we push down really strong there and get a lower high on open price now, are we? Where'd you have the open? I have it here. Was it here? Oh yeah, it was here. Oh, there's the open. Hey? Oh dear horses. think that's where I owned, isn't it, down here? 66.25. So why have I got that line then as the open? Let's have a look. It's here, isn't it? So that's not the open, is it? That was the close yesterday, and then we gapped down, didn't we, to here? Max, yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, that's a good sign. Leg up, leg up. If we can get a lower high here, for me, I think we're coming down. So we've got this leg down, one attempt to go high, second attempt to go higher. We've got to get a lower high that's got to close below the EMA for me to get in it. It could not clear open price. Yeah. See, I've got the openers here. So let's see if we can get a lower high strongly through the EMA. So one leg up, second attempt to go higher, failure, drop. Careful not to get caught up with this hidden second entry long. See, I've taken these before and I've come to the reality now that it's just one leg, not two. I took a trade the other day like that and it never worked, and I've done it before and someone said to me, yeah, it's still really one leg, although it's down and sideways a bit, it's still one leg. Although it does look like leg, a hidden second entry long, but I'm favouring this to come down now. There's quite a bits of area of resistance there. There's the top of that leg which played out. There's the 50% retracement line here. And there's the just a strong bit of resistance there. So I think this is coming down to break these lows personally. But what I want is a lower high and a quick drop through that EMA. I want it to push up and then come back and close. That level's here, yeah. Which is why I want it to push up a bit and then drop strongly straight through that EMA, indicating then after these two pushes. The chart has a lower high. Does it really? That's frustrating. The other, you got another 2000 tick chart, is that what you mean, bud? Yeah. Okay, so I'd like it to push up and then have a strong drop through that EMA. Not just a gentle sizzle. Yeah. And it'd be really nice as well to trap some longs. Strong drop now would be nice. Let's just get an order ready if we do get a
Order
strong
submitted.
drop, just in case. Retest this again, and then down we go. Hopefully I want some sellers floating around here somewhere. Okay, channel up break. Maybe trap a few longs there. As we know, we got some resistance there. You can see it's touched it 3 times there as support. 1, 2, 3 as resistance. If we get a tick above there, then a big sell-off. I don't think so.
Order cancelled.
Possible second entry long. I just don't think I can do it, in all fairness. It's a possibility that's just a shorter channel. With the break in a new high. So leg and leg, trap some longs, down we come strongly. Trap some longs ideally. Leg. Be nice to end up that bullish and then trigger it and then come down like a flipping rocket would be nice. Okay, it's almost like a triple test here. If we can get a bullish bar, trap some longs. Oh, we've already had a high C, so I mean, technically you could say it's a triple test, and it may work. But we've had a break. Oh. Excuse me, sorry I'm yawning away like mad here. Okay, so we're ducking and diving for me. Unfortunately, it didn't give us anything, it's just dropping. Kind of hoping there may be some traders who will trade that on the fell breakout. You're short, are you? Just hoping. Let's have a look. Trouble is, there's nowhere for me to get short there. If we can retest that and then come down, then
order submitted.
Option, we'll see. Oh dear me. It's probably not a bad trade, is it? It's a bit too far from this. I'd like to get a bit closer. I prefer that a bit closer, in all fairness. Yeah, it's come too far for me, that. I wanted it to here and then push up above there and drop. It's just a bit too far. I do think it'll come down.
Order cancelled.
But I just don't like this. What if it's had such a bearish bar there, why not just come down? Why come back again? For me, that bar has got to be, the top of the bar has got to be a lot closer up here, isn't it? It's probably going to work. There is always that possibility if there is a bit of a trend there. It's possible it may just come up here, see, and take that out. There is a possibility with touch. It's possible. I'm not sure whether it is, but it's likely, and I'm just just not a fan of that bar. It's just too far from there. It could come up, tick that out, and then give something even bearish. It may work, But we got a leg down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, but it's not convincingly pushed below the EMA on anything there. Nothing is pushed convincingly. That one is just a tick below it. You know what I mean? It's just not convincingly. I'd have preferred that one to just drop, telling me that we're coming down, but it's actually going in the right angle for that, which is just tells me that's risky. I don't even think you'd have got a point out of that yet, will you? Yeah, you'd have struggled there. It's got to push through. You may have just got a point out of that. It's just too far for me. It may work. I can see this taking out a few stops here. No, it hasn't convincingly pushed below this EMA. I'm just thinking, excuse me, penguin style trade. It's setting up lovely. We've got a lovely, nice leg there. We got one strong push up. We've came back down. We haven't hit the lows, and we got another push up. So ordinarily, for a penguin trade, he likes to see that push strongly through me, but it didn't. It came down and floated on the top of it and then pushed up again, but still didn't come back convincing. Yeah, I did say that looks like it's going to trap some shorts and just weird how it just goes one tick above there. Yeah. Nah, it's just I'm glad I stayed out of that. I think you'd have got a point and a bit maybe. Let's have a look. Actually, it's a bit tight there, isn't it? Let's have a look. You probably may have squeezed 2 points. I don't know. It's just risky, in my opinion. That it's just way too far for these lows. You want that bar up here, really. So okay, so you'd have squeezed through 6 ticks on that, but if I took that as a trade for a couple of legs, I'd at least expect it to come down to here, and it may do. Got you out for 2, did it? Yeah. We've had this channel down, and we've had a break, so that bar really, the top of that bar, the body needs to be sat under that line for me to take that really, because we've already pushed down, haven't we? And obviously, you know, where I've had that line, we've got a touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, and then, you know, whether you'd have taken that or that straight up and took you out, you know, took any shorts out for a point, for a tick, sorry. So it's just risky at the moment. I've just got to try and get back to my discipline. So we've got to touch, touch, touch. You've got, did you not get out, mate, did you? Yeah, it's just a bit too far for me. The trouble is, you just never know. We've had 2 pushes up, clearly. It could have just tanked. It could have done. It could have just come straight down. Sometimes they'll do that. They'll go, and then once they start to go, they just go. And once they got through that, after this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches. You can imagine how many stops are behind there after this big push down, a break and a new low. You can imagine how many stops are below there, can't you? I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 perfect touches. Great place to go along there. You know, if you're trying to pick a top or a bottom. Okay, possible second entry short. I'm just not sure about that. It's looking a bit messy, this. It's touching and touching. But I'm not a fan of it, really. It's just doing some of this choppy stuff again, isn't it? put that bar right there. I can't get rid of it now. I'll have to do it later. Interesting. Interesting. Let's get rid of that. Target fill my 2 favourite words. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's the other one we don't know here, do we? In fact, like somebody mentioned here a few weeks ago about trying to change the name of it. It does. It sort of haunts you in your dreams, doesn't it? That one, stop filled or something like that. Yeah, it's not nice to eat that, is it? I hate hearing that. I really do. Just puts the woolies straight up me. It does. You done? Are you? Time to go? Yeah, you take it easy, buddy. Have a good. I'll tell you what, it's flipping freezing in the UK today. Well, I woke up to -3. Mind you, it might not be cold in other parts of the world, but that was flipping cold for me. Oh. I so love not having to go out at a stupid o'clock in the morning. Right, it's doing this choppy stuff again, really, isn't it? It's clearly playing a part, that, isn't it? That bit of resistance there. We had 3 touches there. We bounced off it 3 times, and we bounced off it again. The underside. So it is odd to know what's going to go on after we've had these bounces and another bounce and a solid buy, but we came back. So I'm beginning to think now we may push up. I think it's just starting to seem like a bigger range day, in all fairness. You can't argue with that, can you, for the bottom of a range? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Yeah, I'm alright with that. So yeah, it's just giving you that type of feel that it could do anything. In fact, excuse me just for a second. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a second. Okay, alright, okay. It's pushed up and hit that one more time and then dropped like a flaming stone. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lower high there, and I was hoping after that first move then we'd do that, but we actually went up another couple of times, so it's a bit late by then. It started to be not clear, so let's see now whether we are going to get down. So we could have. We could have 2 big legs now. Let's have a look. So it's very similar to yesterday when we did this, and we we did this, didn't we? Went a bit sideways, went up once, went up second time, same again there. We went up once, the second time we went up higher, so same sort of thing. Excuse me, went up once, went up higher, came back and had another go and then dropped. We had 2 more goes before we dropped, so I think there's a good chance. In fact, there's a good chance there may even be like a big channel there. Let's have a look. Ooh, you can't really deny that, can you? 1 touch there, 2 touches there, 1, 2. It looks pretty good to me. God, the games they play hit my stop and went my direction. Yeah, I hate that. They say the market's not out to get you. Bullshit, I say. Well, that's exactly what it's after doing. They designed this flipping thing really just to weed you out, don't they? Leg. Yeah, it does look like a big channel there. We touched here, touched a couple of times here, touched once, couple of times there, couple of bars there. So leg down, 2 attempts to go higher, and another couple of goes, and then come down. So I'd say now, I think it's likely we're going to make a leg down. So if you can get below here, then let's just get rid of that because it's just frying me head. So, okay, if we can get maybe a couple of legs up and then another leg, that will get us out the bottom. When we get out the bottom, then I think that's when more sellers will come in. But we do get this pattern quite a bit. As I say, we had it yesterday. We had a leg down, we had a push up, slightly higher, we had one more go, and then we dropped. Whereas this time we had 2 more goes, and then dropped really quickly. So that's for me, buyers just giving up and the sellers taking over. So if we can get a couple of legs up to here in a bearish bar, I'd be interested in taking that to these lows, although I do think it'll come a lot lower. But this is all you can do, really, isn't it? Work out where you think the market's going to go and make sure you take it in the right direction. I mean, we have bounced a few times here, so you've obviously got to be a little bit of a bit aware of that. So it would have to be a really good second entry short. At the moment, it's starting just to look like a little channel. Obviously, the best ones are where they're hugging the bottom of that really tightly. Big push up and then a really strong bearish bar sat tight to the underside. Okay, little channel to break. If we can get up, make a new high. Oh, trapped some shorts. That's interesting. Triggered by one and came back down. Still a bit nervous about this. One, it's too far for the EMA and we have bounced off here, although my thoughts are we're coming down. As soon as we had a break, as soon as it triggered that, look. Yeah, so it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. But what can you do? What can you do? Hopefully, maybe trap some longs here again. I can come down a bit now. Let's put that there. Touched twice there, twice there. Hopefully, maybe trap some longs here and then drop like a bloody stone again. So, try I go once, try I go twice. Be nice to see that trigger. Hopefully, if it triggers that, and drops like a bloody stone. I mean, it may rock it up, but obviously I'm not getting in long because I can't pick bottoms. I'm absolute shite at them. It's put me going off long just how quick that thing came down. We still haven't broken the lows yet. Okay, so you'd have got about 1.25. It's got to push through, isn't it? So okay, so leg down, leg. Oh, I was very tempted there. Leg down, 2 attempts to go higher, but apparently it's not a penguin trade. If it breaks after that first push, if it breaks the lows, which it has there, there is an indicator on TradingView called pivot points. Is there really? I have used TradingView when I used to trade currency. Okay, it clearly worked, that one. One attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. I certainly think we're coming down. Well, I went to here, but then I thought penguin trade. First push is great, second push is great, but when it breaks below there, you start the count again. So then that would be the first point. So I went for it and then thought, no, wait. But yeah, I made the right decision there. I just didn't jump in. I always have this thing now that if I got to do something, think first. We got a lovely leg down. We had a break and we've had a new low. So there is a possibility. I'm thinking down, but it doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to go down. But nice leg down. One attempt to go higher. Second attempt, but we'd already broken the low. So you got to recount that. So there we go. So I behaved myself there, Woods. It would have worked, but it's besides the point, really. I needed to give it time to think. Yeah, I very nearly went for that. Well, I actually moved up towards it. See, rather than right-clicking and coming with a limit order, if it hasn't gone too quick, it takes a second to do that, so that's sometimes why I use it. But yeah, it's looking like it's coming down, but you just don't know. It's not convincing enough because it's still a bit choppy. So, okay, folks, I'm just going to take... My wife's just come home from work. I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break. Going to make a cup of tea, and I'm pretty sure nice reaction to resistance. Lots of space support. True, not a sec. No, not really, is it? It's once it's break the lows. I mean, that's obviously a channel. No argument there. Perfect channel. We've had a break and a new low and a strong push up. So it could have trapped some shorts and then rocketed. I'm thinking down, but I've got to keep it in mind. That's my thoughts. Called an educated guess, but that's all it is, an educated guess. You know, it's not... we've broken the lows there, so I was expecting that to drop strongly. It hasn't, so... You know, sometimes the trouble is with this, with the way we trade here, it moves really quick, and sometimes you don't have a lot of time to think. And I think you're always best to hold on and wait and miss a trade, because if you take a loss, you've got to take another trade now, at least one, just to get your money back, just to get you back to break even. Which, in all fairness, you're always better to. You know, to not do, really. You're always best to wait there. But, you know, although it did work, it still doesn't mean I should have done it. The decision was to leave it. Absolutely, first trade. Yeah, absolutely. If I take a winning trade, Woods, I'm done for the day, technically. In my mind, I could sit here for another hour, then I haven't got to think about taking a trade. Whereas my goal here is to sit and wait for an opportunity. Now, if I've already taken a a trade and won a trade. That's it. I've had my opportunity and I've taken it and I'm done, really. Once it sent me a picture, he's going to rub my nose in it now. Where's he gone short? Flipping out. I'll tell you what. Osam absolutely kills it. He does. You can't lie about these pictures because he sends me pictures while he's in the trade. I mean, he's got one contract, and this is already up for $375. And it ain't finished yet. He really leaves his trades, but he's really good at chart reading, I've got to say. He reads his charts really well. Good on you, mate. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he sends me pictures all the time, and all the time he's $300, $500, $800 in a trade, and he's got the trade running. This one, he's took a trade up here somewhere. Was it up here? Up at the highs somewhere, and we're down here at the moment, and he's 375 up on one contract. You've already took it. Flipping out. Good on you, mate. Okay, leg and a leg, possibly. Second entry short. Let's have a look. I like the way we've tested. If we can come down and close below here, that may interest me. You've already closed it. Yeah, good on you. See, that is not what I expected. So taking that, well, I say randomly, it was two legs, but it would already made a new low, so it does make it more dangerous. But look at that, we've broken below. I expected it to tank, and what happens? We're already back above the EMA. So, although I think we're going lower, I'm not sure. Let's just get rid of that a minute. And that one. Yeah, well, I mean, look at it. It's it really could do anything at the moment. Yeah, we've made it. Okay, so let's just... I forgot about the bigger picture. All I'm looking is thinking we're coming down, but look, we've had a break. Sideways, new low. So, you know. I'm just going to mark this up, then I'm just going to go and have a quick cup of tea. I'll bring it back. That's nice. Oh, yeah. Touch, 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 touch perfectly. Touch, 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 touch. I think that's a good shout myself. I'm just going to kill the colour so it's an area of interest but not a foregone conclusion. Okay, so I'm going to put that like that, and I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break. Where's me? There we go. Okay, quick 5-minute break, cup of tea, and I'll be back. Nothing I can do about that at the moment. Okay, I'm back. Cup of tea. 5-minute break. Okay, so touch, perfect there. So let's see what happens this. So far, we're bouncing and working in this top tier, so leg and leg, let's say. So if it can get this on the way down, that's if it works. So it still might be another leg, but it just might be taking its time to get down. So let's have a look. It's always good to be aware of this, because if you happen to take a long but it's absolutely touching perfect there and there, and actually at the bottom. So I think there's a fair chance that it might bounce here. Let's have a look. Okay, went up, touch that line. In fact, I can go up a fraction more to there. Might not do anything, but it's always good to be aware, isn't it? If you decided to go long there, I've done that before. Think, oh, channel, I've gone long, and then when I've zoomed out, I've missed a bigger picture. There's always the possibility of a spike in the channel. It's gone too far. It actually fitted on the bottom better as well. I'm just pissing into the wind at the minute with this, really. Oh, let's see if we got anything from Mac. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, good. Okay, I think that's significant 3 times there, depending on how you've got that. I don't think that's a bad trade, actually. I'm not taking them because I don't pick these. I always wait for lower highs or something, but I think that personally is not a terrible place to take a trade. We clearly look like we're hitting somewhere. But I'm just not too good at these, in all fairness. And my confidence in them isn't brilliant. It hasn't triggered yet anyway, so. Okay. So, Mac has got a range drawn. Oh. Why can't I select that? Okay, there. Is that about right? Or further? Back up. Still in that down part, aren't we? We had that bit, a little bit of sideways. Yeah, he's got it there, I think. Yeah, he's got his range there. And there. It's probably about there now. Interesting. Just going to get rid of this a minute, and I'm just going to put just that there, just in case, because I think it's certainly looking like there is an area of interest there. Yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, big bearish bar. Went down a few points really quickly. So yeah, if it had gone long there or whatever, thinking we're pushing up, but definitely something there, isn't there, that's causing that. It's clearly struggling to get up there, so there's something happening there, and funnily enough, it kind of fits nice there. So whether it is a spike in channel, I always thought spikes had to be at the top of a bar. Does it? I don't know. Who knows? Or it could go from here. I think it's a bit early. I don't know anyway, but it could come from there. I don't know. You may put it there or something. Who knows? I don't know. There's something there anyway. Maybe there. Let's pull this down a fraction. You got a touch there, close enough there, but there's also that bit of support, which is clearly, excuse me, playing something. Okay, there is a lower high there, but we're bouncing off this, the top of the EMA, so I think it's dicey tech in that. You got to go through it really and come back. So there's our first entry. I'll be surprised if that doesn't get stopped out. Okay, maybe. Maybe some longs there triggered. No, stopped out. Interesting. Second entry long there. I'd like to see that trigger and then come down, because if it triggers, there'll be a second entry short there. It's clearly making lower highs. The bottom sort of is as well now. So somewhere along the lines of that. So I'd like to see that trigger. If that triggers, I can see that turning. Triangle 1, strong side, that will be a failure. Trouble is, it's congested, see. It's just risky taking it. Let's see if it triggers. So it's not set in stone that, but to me it's clearly finding difficulty. We've got a touch here, close there. It's finding that bit of support there, and we pushed up again. We had a few bars in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bars in a row, and then drop. So it's obviously finding some resistance there, but we have got, well, what I've got as the open here. So I was hoping that bullish bar would trigger, because I do think it's going to come down further, just purely because of making higher lows. Sorry, lower highs. But if we can get below, where are we? Oh, no, it's okay. Unfortunately, I was hoping that would break above there, giving us a second entry short. But it is a little bit congested there, so that just makes it a little bit more risky. But I like the way it's struggling to get above that midline. But there is a few bars sat on the EMA, but there is bars dropping below it, so it is a riskier trade if there was a second entry short there, but I don't think it'd be terrible. It would be a second entry short. It didn't break above there, though. And it clearly would have made 2 points. But no. Yeah, there's the 2 points. Kind of an overshoot as well, really, isn't it? So, leg. Leg side was leg. Okay, that can be adjusted a fraction. Touching nice on the bottom. Touching nice on the top. There to there. Take us there. Let's get rid of that. So we do seem to be making lower highs. It's a bit messy at the bottom. But after this, we have eventually made a new low. Then we've had a strong push up, but we've turned at this area and marked up here. That's probably not a bad trade there. Lower high. I like the way it's tested the bottom of this. But it's just turned bullish anyway, so. So I certainly expect that to come down to there, and then possibly break the lows even. Okay, that bullish bar's triggered, so I expect that to come down. So that's a lower high there. Could say leg, maybe some longs in there. Tempting. I like the way it's pushed up and closed twice under there. Unfortunately, first entry, second entry, it's a third entry. And it is still really choppy. I know what I think. I know what it looks like. But it's still really up, down, up, down. I'd just rather stay out unless I see something really, really bloody obvious. Yeah, see, after that and that, I didn't expect that. Okay, channel down. First attempt higher. Another attempt to be nice. One leg down. One attempt to go. Second attempt to go higher would be nice, because that second leg, if it does work, will take us down to the bottom of this range, which is kind of nice. So, channel, break. Let's come back and have another go. Second attempt. Come on. Okay. Push up. Come on. Let's have another go. Can I get you guys hit that like button? Can I? Is that all right? Just trying to grow this channel a little bit. I haven't asked for a while, actually. Forgotten about it. But go on, push up, push up, push up, push up. No. I'm hoping we got this channel down. We've bounced off this air up here. We've made one attempt to go, I think, push up again. Then I fancy that to go down then. That to me then would be like a penguin trade. Channel down. Nice looking channel. Went down a little bit sideways, right to this top corner, down again. First attempt higher, second attempt higher. Pop and flopping over and over. You can get another leg up and then push below that EMA strongly, then I fancy that for another leg down. that should take us. I'm going to get rid of this in a sec, but it's just a tick below the bottom there. So, but we need another push up really. First attempt higher, second attempt higher, push up there, close to that measured move, sort of midline would be nice, and then a quick drop, diddly drop. I've got a funny feeling it's going to go down first. Come on, get back up a bit. Oh well. Okay, I still think we're going to get down to here now. It's going to go without us, unfortunately. There's probably going to be some stops along the way here as well. Maybe this support there, the stops here. There's going to be some stops after the break and a new low. There's going to be people, I'd say, picking bottom there. Yes, unfortunately, we didn't have another go. If we'd have had another push up, I'd have got in that. But we got a leg down. That measured move takes us to one tick below there, which is below that stop. Second entry long there, clearly working up at the time. So if it hits this, I expect it to drop. But there's going to be some shorts there for sure. I was just hoping we'd get a little bit of a pullback, and I don't think we're going to, which is a bit frustrating. It's going to go and go quick as well, I think, which is annoying. Trouble is, first entry, really, you can't say that. You could say a hidden second entry short, but it comes down, closes on the EMA's flat. It's just a bit risky. So I expect that to go quite quick. There's going to be stops there. There's probably going to be some there. The low of the day always gives it a little bit more momentum. Okay, there'll be some stops there, no doubt about it. Whether they put them down here or not, or what, I don't know. I expect this to move pretty quick. In fact, in all fairness, that could probably go up a bit now. Hopefully trap some longs there. I still think this is coming down though. No, get in. Come on. I thought it may push through there. It didn't break below there. It hit the same level, so I was hoping if it break below there, might give us that little bit more momentum and maybe start taking some of these out. I don't think we're over yet. I'm still hoping it comes down a bit more. Trigger that, push up, and then give us a lower high there. Still got to be careful going short after we've come down to this level. Bounce off that midline again. Choppy again, isn't it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Another just not a nice day. Yesterday there was some offerings. Day before that, loads of chop. Yeah, it was a quick push up, chop, quick push up, and the same. And then we went back into this sideways again. The start of yesterday was actually pretty good. Unfortunately, I just I held back a bit and quite a messy day today. Okay, hit that midline and then drop quickly. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the easiest to trade today, really. It is just bouncing all over the place. Every time it hits the top, it's doing it at different levels. Same with the bottom, down here, up here, down there, up here. Quite likely going to be down here. I'd still like to see us break this low. I think this... So there is a lower high there. It's just too close to these lows. There's hardly a point there to those lows. It's just too risky going in there. Do I think it'll work? Probably. But I'm not convinced enough. It's a little bit congested. There's just not enough room to the lows, really. If we go here, I mean, there's 3/4 of a point. Do I think it'll go down? Yeah, there's a lot of stops there. But it is risky going into there, to be fair. I think it'll go down. But if it doesn't work, it's my own stupid fault for getting involved. And we're clearly making lower highs. So it's definitely getting the feel that it's coming down, but I can't just trade it based on a feel. You know, it is a lower high, but it's come a bit far for a lower high. For me, that would be a low. Obviously, if it ticked above there, that would be a lower high. We've actually had a channel down here and a break, so it's more of a first entry than a lower high. But we're clearly finding resistance. Now, is it going to work? I think it probably will. There's going to be longs there, and I'm guessing there's stops. So if we can manage to get behind here, but to be fair, every time it's got down, it's bounced, and if it's managed to get through, it's bounced. So it is just risky taking a trade like that. Yeah, yeah, see, a lower high would be if that bar there triggered above it, you know, a couple of bars, but that's a whole mini channel down with the break, so it's a first entry, really. You know, that bar there from here would be a lower high. That's more of a first entry, really. It's just a bit too far. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's clearly struggling to get there, which just makes that trade just too risky, in my opinion. The way that's looking, I'll be surprised if it doesn't get stopped out. And that's what the market does. It just picks, you know. Would it have gone a point? I don't know. It clearly came down to where it was going to do, down to the bottoms. Is it going to be enough to give us, you know, what we want profit-wise? Not really. And I ain't taking a bar like that for what? 3/4? Yeah, I mean... What did it go to? It went to 1.25 points, so you'd have got a point maximum. But, you know, a tick below there and a tick above, I'm not risking, you know, 2.5 points to make a point. It's ludicrous for me, especially there. You know, if it was up here, then it might be worth it. It's just not worth it. So if you're stuck in that now, as this has come back towards you, it's just about to ruin your day. Or your afternoon. It may work, it may hold, but you can't go long into there, really. It's just too dangerous. It's exactly a point, but you've got to push through a bit, so it would have just given you a point, but it's just not worth it, in my opinion, taking a point. Mind you, I've got to say, you know, the way the market's been lately, choppy, you know, perhaps a point's worth it, but in all fairness, if it's a good setup and a good trade, it'll encourage a lot of traders in, and it'll always make more than a point. You know, I'm yet to see a really good solid trade only just squeeze a point. Maybe if it's choppy, you get away with it a bit more, but, you know, it's just not worth the risk, I don't think. I don't want to be stuck in that going sideways this close to the lows. I already slipped my you know, slipped my discipline a little touch over the last couple of days, so I just want to rein it back in a bit. So the last thing I want to do now is take something silly. Yeah, it's looking like it's coming down, but I can't base it. I think this is going to drop like a stone in a minute. Surely it's going to. It's just not worth the risk, though. I think this is going to tank. Once it gets below there and there, we're going to come down really quickly, any second now. We'll push straight down, I think, to here, maybe a bit lower. Any longs here now starting to flap and panic. This is going to make a new low, surely. Especially after it's bounced here and it comes down. I can't see it not making a new low. Trouble is, if I randomly jump in here, my stop's got to go above here. If I randomly sort of jump in around here, 3.5 points, not worth it. Now, I'd like to see that trigger and then come down, and I think that will take us below. But it's very choppy. You know, it's very choppy, isn't it? It's hard to trade this, really. It is dangerous. In fact, if you are trading this, I think you may be better off just trading the points, but I just don't think it's worth it for a point, personally. I'm not prepared to risk 2.5 points just to get a point. You know, you get 3 winning trades, 1 trade, or 3.5 winning trades, 1 trade, knock them all out. I'd rather stay out. Yeah, it's just not worth it. Okay, let's see if this triggers. Touch, 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 touch. Yeah, it's not definitely not moving strongly in the direction. I mean, it's going in the direction that I thought it would do, but with a lot of side and a lot of chop. You know what? This, looking on the daily here, big bearish bar that's triggered. I mean, this could reverse and rocket up, couldn't it? I see this sometimes. You get a bearish bar and then you get in it and it almost teases you, and all of a sudden, woof, turns around and goes to the opposite direction. You think there's going to be shorts here, shorts there. There's going to be a fair few shorts in here, really, isn't there? that pushes up, it's going to upset a few people. First day of December tomorrow. Unbelievable how quick it's gone. It hasn't seemed 5 minutes since last Christmas. Unbelievable, isn't it? Okay, is this finally going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Let's have a look. I bet there'll have been some buyers there. If this drops below there, that's it, I think. And it has done. There's going to be some stops there, surely. Come on, stop wasting our time. Once it gets below here, it'll go for sure. Tonight I took a bad trade. Yeah, sometimes it happens, bud. Sometimes it happens. What I try and do is if I take a trade that I thought was risky and I got away with it, I try and count my lucky stars and I suppose it's let you off with a bit of warning. Come on, stop wasting our time. We know where you're going. Nice little bar there. Trap some shorts. Down we come, nice and quickly. Let's see if that triggers. Similar to what happened yesterday. It's coming down for sure, in my opinion. Once it gets below here, it'll come down. Nice to see that trigger. I mean, you can't argue with this. Down. You can't argue, can you? Surely it's not going to go up. You can't trade that long, surely. Not with everything slowly pointing down. This is going down for me. Let's have a look. What would it have got? You wouldn't have got a point out of that, I don't think. No, half a point. I really can't see that pushing up. I really can't. It's trying. Surely not. But like I say, there's going to be some stops in here, so, I mean, it's always possible. I mean, it's really fighting hard to keep that. They really don't want it to go below there, do they? If it breaks below here, I can see that pushing down a point and a half. Fail second entry long, no, I won't. It's just really old in here. So there's your failure there, isn't it? Trigger once, trigger twice. First, second, third. That's like a fourth entry. Mind you, having said that, that's where your order would be anyway. And if it breaks below there, I mean, there's going to be some traders going along there. There's bound to be stops there. If it does break down there, I think it'll give it the momentum to take this lot out. But is it going to shoot up and upset all these? Who knows? You never really know. I know what I think, but I'm not prepared to bet money on it, so I'm not that confident. You know, I want quite high probability trades, not maybe a 60-65% chance. Let's have a look. I mean, you can't argue with that, surely, can you? Okay, it's broke below there. So there's going to be stops below here. Surely that's just going to tank in a minute, surely. Once we get below here, there's nothing going to stop that. That's where the stops will be. If it breaks below there, it will come down to here, I think, without a doubt. 2 more ticks, come on. There we go. There's nothing going to stop that now. Nothing can stop that. Where was this? This other leg. So, what I will say is, let's put that like that. Yeah. It's got a downward bias for sure, isn't it? Okay, now down again. I think a lot of traders put stops a little bit further, don't they? I mean, you've already stopped that one out. Surely there's going to be some more stops there buying that. Surely. Come on, let's have that big push. It's pushed down. It's retested this. You've taken that, have you? Let's take it. Good on you, mate. You don't know, I don't blame you, mate. It's a bit depressing in it today. It's hard going, to be fair, really. Yeah, you take it easy, Robin. I won't be far behind you, mate. I don't think. What is it now? It's 4:45 UK time, so I might do another 15 minutes. But yeah, it is getting a bit depressing now, isn't it? Let's see what happens below this. Surely it's going to come down. Okay, that'll make the 2 points. There we go. I can see it coming down some more. Trouble is, you know where it's going to go, but my experience is sometimes if you get in there and it's not a decent setup, so there's a failure there, and then it was a 4th entry, a 5th entry, a 6th entry, and I don't like the look of it. And you know, sometimes your market's got an idea of playing. Sometimes you'll short there, it'll tick and snap back. It's not a great place to trade, really, to be fair. That looks like a spike in a channel. So it's not the greatest trading stuff, really. It's still acting choppy. Although, you know, you pretty much judge what's happening. There's definitely an overall downwards. There's no arguing there. But I thought here was gonna come down after this, surely. But then all of a sudden, woof, up it went. So you just don't know. We came down here and I thought surely that was it. And then we went up again. And then finally we worked our way down and then... You know, but it was short for... Oh, stop rubbing our noses in it. It was short from 56.5 up here, were you? Yeah, I'm assuming you took that one or something, did you? Yeah, trouble is it's close to the lows there. You just... The way this market is acting, yes, we're going sort of downwards, but it's doing it like this, up, down, up, down, up. It's above the EMA, below the EMA, above the EMA, below. It's, you know what I mean? So it's got a way of playing games with you. I mean, look at that. I expected that to start careering down. I did. And then straight away it's back. Look. I guarantee you jump in there, it'll sting you, and then, you know. It's just hard, isn't it? And then when it is choppy, you lose confidence in it, don't you? So it just, yeah, I think sometimes when it's like this, sometimes when I try and trade this, I have my worst days. And sometimes you're better off just not taking a trade because it's not very clear. That's that. I thought that was going to be okay. We had that lovely channel, nice push up, came back down. When we started pushing, I thought, yeah, another leg up here, up to about here, and then down. And I would have got into something like that. And then all of a sudden, it comes straight down instead of doing this and then works up again. So it's just so hard to trade. Same again, first entry, second entry, too late. We've broken there. We got on the count a new low. So it's hard. Yeah, so, you know, I'd have liked to have seen that trigger maybe a hidden second entry short. I don't know. 1 minute I expected it to go down and already it's starting to turn, so... Okay, channel down, first attempt to go higher. Let's see if we can come down and get another go, like this was supposed to do. Kind of weird, isn't it? All of a sudden it comes down and up it goes. Look, it goes up, what, 10 points just quickly. Every time we manage to break these lows and you think we're going to have another leg down, it turns again. Leg down, see if we can get another push up. Ideally, come down and push up, maybe retest these nice and bearish below the EMA, and then I'll have a short there. Or is it going to stop that out? Weird, isn't it? Finally get below or less, and then all of a sudden, woof, up it goes. It's definitely a frustrating day today, it really is. It's just... Okay, leg down. First attempt higher. Let's come down and have another go and finish below there. Come on down. And we were clearly coming down. So we just need the right setup, leg down. First attempt, let's get another one. Come on. Okay, excuse me, just for 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, channel down, first attempt. Come down. Just don't want to stop that out. If it stops that out, I'm going home. I'm giving up. Come on down and then have one more go. And then you're mine. Just into the trade. You have second entry short. Yeah, trouble is, the way this is at the moment, I want it to have another go, really. As tempting as it is, I think you may be alright. I want to come down and have another go. What size bar is it? Let's have a look. Tick above, tick below, 2.75. It's not terrible, is it? I want it to come down a little bit further and then push up again to about here and then drop like a flipping stone. Just wondering, sorry, someone's just posted a picture. I don't think that's right. Not for me. Ooh, it's not far away. Oh, it's not far away. Actually, even if it is like that, it'd be even better, I think. Either way, whether it's one, doesn't matter, we're waiting to go up there. That's it. Now come down a bit more and then push up for a second time. Come on, don't come down with that. No, 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 no. I think you got your money there, but haven't you, anyway? That's it. Give you your money and then come back and give us some. Yeah, it had to have a lower eye for me. It is a second entry, but it looks like one little leg. That's the trouble. And it's closed above the EMA. It's a bit flat, so I'd certainly expect it to come down, but okay, bounce off that midline and get up for another go. You're out, are you? Can I? I think if it gets below there, it's going to drop, surely. It is frustrating when you just want a lower high or a second attempt higher. And we broke the lows again, but every time we broke the lows, we're not dipping as quick as I expected. Surely this time we're going to drop. But it just comes down to the next level and then flipping and pissing and noise. Just enough to close out that. So you got to recount. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's more just a little channel rather than it's just sort of a first push up, really. I know by the count it is, but it's sort of just one leg at the moment, and it's I want to come down and have another go, really. Just in case you get stung. Oh, this is frying my brain. I'm finishing. I've had enough. I'm going downstairs and getting pissed. I need a single malt. Quite frustrating. Yeah, coming down a bit, but a very, very annoying angle. And it's just chopping, bouncing all over the place and just making your life miserable. It is frustrating, I've got to say. It's bugged me today. See, it may come back over the leg, but the trouble is, once it breaks below, after the first push, once it breaks below there, I got to recount. I don't think there's any type of a bigger channel there. Yeah, see, if you'd drawn it like that, then you may just take that because it's sort of almost taken off that top. Yeah, it's quite frustrating actually. It is coming down a bit at a time, but there's so much chop in there, and it's surprising you. You know, I thought after that break, then down we come, and then all of a sudden up it shot. So I'm done for the day, folks. Bit annoying today, but at least I kept your patience, so I'm quite glad about that. But yeah, just a bit of a frustrating day. Take a 1 hour break because so many nice setups forms in the last 2 hours. You think so? Sometimes I do come back. I might do. I'm only having something quick for tea. So what time is it now? It's 5 o'clock UK time. So yeah, I keep forgetting really. It's only midday, isn't it, New York time? So it's only really early half day, isn't it? So yeah, so what I might do is I'll just drop a quick stream. It's 6 here. Where are you? 6 o'clock. Where are you? Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You are Europe somewhere, remind me. Ooh, you told me the other week, didn't you? Isn't it somewhere like Czechia or something? No, something like that. Where are... Oh, Algeria. Ah, I got you. Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, so... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is come back in a bit. Come back. Algeria. Ah, got you. Okay, so we seem to be surrounded by most loads of US guys here, but let's have a look. So yeah, definitely got some downward stuff, but it's very messy in between. And if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing, I'm clearly not the most skilled trader to trade this sort of stuff. Really, I can get by, but when it's like this, I think I'm better off just staying out. I did look at that. I was very tempted there. And we got like a leg, a break, and a leg. So there's 2 legs up and 1, 2, 3. Even those 2 bars there, 4, 5s. There's clearly resistance there. And a big bearish bar, and all of a sudden, then it just dropped and then came down. But you know, when it's just choppy like this, and the more choppy it is like this, the more you seem sort of unfamiliar with the markets. And sometimes when it's being, you know, when it's not playing games, or when it's playing games, it just makes things a little bit more nerve-wracking. So, I mean, we are still coming down. So I'm just looking at that daily. We're coming right down. We've actually come down and touched right at the bottom of the range. Showing on the daily. We've actually come down there and hit that. So, trouble is, you just don't know what it's going to do here. We've had that overshoot and a couple of legs up, so we could have a breakout at the bottom, a failed breakout, so it could come lower, or we could just push up and take that stop out. Who knows? But it could really do anything. It's come back and touched there. Last time it come back and touched, it went up, went across and pushed up. So it could do anything really. It doesn't really help me much. But we had that downtrend, didn't we? Then the overshoot, 2 legs up. So I don't know. Sometimes when you sit here for 3 hours, you think you should be taking a trade really, but if there's nothing to take, what do you do? I mean, there's no what I would call gimmies really. That one I did look at, and it obviously worked, but I'd expect that to likely get down to the EMA. Certainly, there was 2 points there. But, yeah, but it's, I don't know. So I'll leave the chart like that actually. So I'm going to go and take an hour break, and I'll just bump the stream back up again. In fact, I'll just start a quick stream, 10 minutes before I trade, so you'll probably get a notification then. I might sit here for another hour. If I've not done nothing, sometimes a break, but it's a shame really to finish at sort of 12 midday US time when it's sort of only halfway through the day so far. I'm pretty wrong, yeah. So we'll see what happens anyway. So see, you know, you think maybe lower, maybe this bottom of a channel here, and then all of a sudden get 4 big bars. So there you go. So I'm going to knock up on the head for an hour. I'll come back after I've had me tea, just for an hour, and we'll have a sit and chat again. So I'll knock back my stream on it. So I'm guessing it's probably going to be around about 45 minutes, something like that. Okay, so appreciate your comments, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.